Hello everyone, and welcome back to SOLASTA Crown of the Magister. Last time we moved in deeper to this cave system that we find behind KLM and found ourselves in combat with these strange creatures that have spines on their backs that are not lizard folk, that are said to sometimes transform. And now we not only get to find the spoils of the adventure. If I could get this, please. We get plenty of money, crossbow bolts, arrows, more money, commoner's clothes. I don't really think we need to pick up loads of commoner's clothes, but we do get a scroll of revivify, which is wonderful because we've spent our first one just moments ago reviving Delat Sunbird. Let's hop down here and see what else there is. More commoner's clothes, basic poison, and a crossbow bolt. And that was for both of those pools of items. I'm curious to see if there's something up here that we want, or whether this is just kind of a dynamic interaction between kind of blocks and enemies being crushed and things. So let's take Kite and see if there's any kind of way to make these jumps. Yeah, so that is just a dynamic element that could be used for crushing. There's another one here. A last bit of loot, and then we'll see about a long rest before going any further. Scroll of Identify, and another scroll of Revivify. So the game is being generous early, which I can appreciate. Right, let's get everyone down to this fire. And I wonder if we have enough rations to long rest, or whether that's even something we have to need here as opposed to out on the road. So that's one. There's 4 there, that's really good. 5 here. So between us we certainly do. I don't know if we'll have to feed our other gained companions, but let's start a long rest because we are very injured and could definitely use the spell slots as well. You have already performed a long rest today. Would you like to wait until the start of a new day? Okay, so they even limit you to the 1 long rest per day thing, so we'd have to basically spend a very long time here at this campsite, possibly risking ambush from other creatures coming around, which could be interesting, but I think right now it's worth the risk. We set camp for 10 hours. So, upon rest completion, you will recover these features. So, we sat around for ages until we could formally take the full long rest. When rest is complete, we will recover all hit points and half of our spent hit die, so we'll get these guys back. We'll get save slots, arcane recovery, spell slots, and we can prepare as well. So, let's formally start this long rest. We were not ambushed or anything in the night. Kite can prepare spells. There's Divine Favor. Bonus action deals 1d4 additional radiant damage. Gain additional radiant damage for a limited time. Self bonus action requires concentration. So this kind of overcharges our weapon damage, but we do have to concentrate on it while we're doing it. I think I'm happy with what we've got so far, so let's validate those. For Gothic, we don't need Identify, Charm Person, or Featherfall, so nothing to change there. And for Pastel, these are always prepared because Domain. I think Guiding Bolt would be good. Let's drop Shield of Faith, take Guiding Bolt. Bane and Bless, Cure Wounds, Healing Word. We could even consider getting rid of cure wounds right now because we have a guest on our party that can also cast it. But I'm not sure what I would really spend that slot on. So let's keep it. That's all that prepared. We are ready for a full adventuring day ahead. So, Kite at the top of the group. Everyone's selected. Let's cautiously carry on through this set of caves. There's a nice chest-looking thing there. Please, Rogue, go and... I was going to say check for traps, but that seems to have already happened. We missed it. Coin, scales, light crossbow, and rations. I'm going to have to trade off some of this weight soon. Especially because our rogue is the one who likes to make sure they're nimble and able to get ahead of the group for scouting and the like. Is this going somewhere else? It is. It is going somewhere else.
Can anyone read that?
It's all Temarian.
It looks like part of an Inquisitor's outfit.
So that's from the tower up there?
Maybe we're inside the tower.
Is that gold?
This is history. History all around us.
Take it and let's move. The Sorax don't care about history, I'm sure.
Alright, some history and some XP for us. How close are we to that 3rd level? Another quarter of what we've done. We can get there fairly soon, I reckon. So the learning curve for this has been steeper, I think, in my head than it should be. Because all that time spent playing Baldur's Gate, I keep kind of thinking things are going to work out ever so slightly differently than they do. Is this an elevator? And also there's a great big barrel over there. But especially because this game is so much more stern about things like light and components, I'm really enjoying it, and I hope to get much better at it, but for now there is going to be some light learning curve. Right, is this an elevator? Oh. Interesting. And unexpected. But I want to be down there. But from here, I guess we don't have the option.
The Sorax can't be far away.
We should be cautious from now on.
We've spotted some tracks. Nice of them to give us the cautious warning. But I want the hidden treasures. Let's go off with just Kite and his big leaping abilities and see if we can't make this parkour over here. Very good. Hopefully all this stuff isn't just trapped. Oil of Acuteness. This magical essence can be fused with a primed weapon or suit of armor in order to enchant it. The process requires time as well as proficiency with an enchanter's rosary. So we have a dagger that is ready to be used in that way. And this is just a standard longsword. Is this going to make a whole lot of noise if we push it over? Not so much as to cause concern, it seems. But I can't see a route up to here. Does this make us one? Yes, it does. A diamond worth 500 gold pieces. A primed short sword. Tiger Fang poisoned bolts. And a torch. So something that we should consider moving forward in the future is possibly having people equipped with crossbows as well as short and long bows so that we can make use of finding bolts as well as arrows for our ammo repertoire. And this place kind of reminds me of early Tomb Raider games, or even the Prince of Persia Sands of Time, with all the jumps and 3D space. Lots of scope for ambush. Seems like everybody's just deciding willy-nilly where they want to get to. So we've got a skirmisher up high, skirmisher ahead of us as well. Certainly another fight imminent. And I'm sure we don't want to be down low in the kill box. Question is, how and when do we want to strike? And do we want to equip anybody with anything different before we do so? Let's get a longbow in this guy's hands for this fight. He has bolts. Do you have arrows? No. We have spears we can throw. That's an option, I guess, when you have 5 spears. You certainly don't need these arrows. And somebody else had a bow but no arrows. You do have ammos. Why weren't you able to fire earlier? Oh, because this is bolts. This is arrows. We can't just have them in the inventory. We need to have them right here. Your equipped ranged weapon will prioritize looking for this inventory slot of ammunition. Your equipped ranged weapon will look for the ammunition in this slot if the primary slot is empty. So if we have or can't use bolts, then it will defer to arrows. Interesting. Okay, well you have arrows. You still have 9 left. Let's top you up. Oh, you got loads. Heaps of them. Alright. Let's see how this goes. So we don't equip 4. Can we put it into ranged? In case we want to keep throwing them. It appears we can't. Otherwise, let's see how close we can get. There's a lot of them up there, and we should definitely pay attention. Oh, yep. So we don't get the sneak attack round in, and we have stalactites above us, which is a bad time. Kites up first. There's 2 guys over there, and things like shoving is going to be a big deal here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines of sight on foes. That is quite the combat. We don't need to do... in fact, what we might do here, get to the javelin, because that leaves us a free hand to cast Bless on 3 allies. Oh, I should have healed Faith after the trap she fell into as well. That's on me. And we do want to move somewhere. Hard to get a lot of use of cover in these parts. Oh, man. Wow, this is going to be quite something, isn't it? Okay, Dalat's son. This is just an awful place for you to be stood. You have no ranged attack capabilities. So right now, you're just going to have to dash somewhere.
Clumsy.
Being detected. That's great. Who's up? Gothic. Right, we do have spell slots again. That's the saving grace. But the risk of being shoved is so high. And we don't know how much health they have for things like sleep. Thunderwave is going to be really good if we can get to just the right spot. Right, the rogue.
Damn.
That's a bad time. Cunning action. We are unable to hide because we performed a character. Oh, the action can only be performed while not detected. I see. Pastel. I mean, I would like... Maybe we're doing this wrong. Maybe we should be going down. Because then they have to come to us and we can't be shoved. If there's locations we can stand. I thought Kite died. Why has he stood up? No, he's just dead. Pastel, where are we going? What are we doing?
That's on me.
That's a good guiding bolt. And the damage was 17 and about halfway, so they're looking at about 32 damage. Or HP. We can't cast this, presumably because we cast a leveled spell this turn. Who's up? Beryl. Beryl, would you please cure wounds Faith? Where are you, Beryl? Oh, you're down here. Alright. Oh man, that hurts. Shove? No. Delat. We fell prone after jumping, so we cannot attack. That's a bad time. Gothic. The temptation is to Thunderwave for the single foe. But of course, they make the save, they take half damage, but it's not the impact we really wanted to have.
Deal with it.
Oh yeah, he's having a bad time. Right, Faith. You really need healing, but you're not the healer of the group, which does not help us. Apparently, dancing lights does not make as much light as I want it to. So... Oh.
You've seen worse.
I should have saw that coming. So, Faith is on death saves. We can cast Spare the Dying. So they are stable at 0 hit points. And if we cast Healing Word... We should have just not cast Spare the Dying, but you know. These are the lessons we learn. Beryl.
You suck.
Well, that was witty. This is a terrible fight. We have big issues. This guy just has attack and nothing else, right? Then we're over to Gothic. Thunderwave would have been great, but it's not doing work for us. Select a destination to move the magic light. So it's only one source of light, not 4 sources of light, which is definitely worth knowing. We're going to try this again, just to get this guy away from our party. He wasn't even in our cube? Man, that sucks. But we have spell scrolls. I guess maybe they're in a pit that is totally unrecoverable. In any case, join me next time where we'll see if we can't redo this and we'll see if this goes a little better. But we're learning a lot and that's what counts. Thank you ever so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.